It's FlickFloptober, and this week we're hiding in the bushes for It Follows, David Robert Mitchell's haunting indie horror that made us terrified of anyone casually walking toward us from across the street. Starring, hey now, Maika Monroe. The film introduces a sexually transmitted curse that passes from lover to lover like the world's most sinister game of tag. Does this slow burn nightmare deliver chills that linger, or did we want to give it the finger?
Wow. I like that, Gary. I do. I didn't know where that was going, and I got a slight chuckle out of that. That was very well put together. I'm gonna.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
I don't know if anyone else liked that, but I thought that was funny.
I've turned it red because I thought.
There, your light made your faces all red. Change your light.
Let's try that again.
It's worse.
No, it's worse. Let's try.
Hey now.
I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to do that.
That's a good one. So, Gary, what do you think about this film?
Well, look, this is probably one that's going to require a little bit of discussion. I wanted to give this a flick, and I think I probably err on the side of flick.
Yeah,
but it's hesitant. It's kind of here.
I'm sitting.
I tilted a little up because I feel like there's enough there that makes it a good movie, but I have issues. So I don't know if you want to throw the Rotten Tomatoes out there first before we go into it, but it sounds like we're on the same page with this.
Yeah. One. So Rotten Tomatoes, Gary, has it currently sitting with the critics at 95% and with the audience at 66%. A bit of a variance. It's still fresh. And I don't disagree with the 66. The 95, I think, is being generous.
Yeah,
my opinion. But I mean, do you want to hear my one note that I wrote down on this film?
Absolutely.
Not a bad film, but it just seemed like a vehicle to see girls in their underwear and sex scenes. That's that again. And I know, like, as a guy, like, oh, that's pretty cool. I'm just saying, like, the premise is a little out there, and it just seemed like this was just an excuse to watch girls in run around in their underwear. It's fine,
sure. I want to feel like it's got something deeper to it.
I didn't see it that way, but having said that, it's not horrible.
Yeah,
the movie, but it's just like it's a demon that it's transported via sexual intercourse.
Look, that's one of the issues I have with it. Before we go too deep on that, I just want to say I could see this being a lot of different vehicle, like a lot of different messages put in here. It could be a message of pro abstinence. It could also be a commentary on AIDS. It could be a commentary on free love in the 60s of the dangers. There could be many different things. I don't know if it's that deep. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. But I'm sure I like to leave a little leeway that there could be a message to this film that I'm probably not exactly picking up on.
Okay.
But there's a lot of confusing things in this film that I know were artistic choices that I just don't know if I understand why. One of them being, what time period is this film in?
So that's a thing now, right? These films from 2014, but this vagary of where is this film taking place? What I need and it's not that it's a big deal, but I need to kind of, for my own I need to know where we're at. The 70s, 80s.
I don't know that it's put in any real time period. The problem is you've got this lady, and it's one of the girls has this flip open like shell with it's got a wireless symbol on it, and she's scrolling like a book, reading a book on it. And in the same thing, they've got old TVs from like the 80s, and so there was a lot of confusion about it. It feels like it was set in the 80s, but then there's these other things that pop in that make no sense.
But why would you have the compact, clamshell, wireless Bluetooth e-reader? I don't get it. And why not just use a smartphone? Like, what are you? That literally was like. There's no device like that. It's a compact that women use to powder their noses.
Yeah, and there weren't any phones. I mean, there were wall phones. You know what I mean? They were the 80s. That's one of the things that kind of threw me off. And I don't know if that's supposed to be unsettling or whatever, but it definitely made me question it. And I thought it drew too much. In my mind, it made me draw too much attention to that. I started puzzling over what were they going for with this, because it's very confusing with the time, what time period it's set.
Yeah, I do agree with you on that. It's weird.
Now, I feel like this one falls into one of the major things that we always have a problem with, at least to some degree. But I want you to cover it, because I think you'll probably have the same problem with this movie that I did.
Which part?
How's this thing work? Like, clearly somebody knows how it works, because the guy tells the girl that what she needs to do.
Oh, so yeah,
what is it? What is it? How did it come about? Like, give me something other than this is the thing we're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so the whole thing, like, it's basically like word of mouth, right? So you have to keep moving, because if it catches you after you have sex with someone who possesses the demon seed, then the something will come up and kill you. Is that how it worked, right?
I thought if you passed it on that you didn't actually get killed, they're not interested.
Yeah, but how do we know it'll kill you? Because someone died from it?
Who knows this?
So then the other person you go random sex with strangers to pass on this demon, but yet if it kills you, then it can come back and kill me. But like, well, then what? Why are you spreading this spiritual gonorrhea? Like, just keep it to yourself.
All you're doing is delaying your death at that point, right? I don't know. I don't get it.
That's a slight hole in this obscure, absurd theory. Now,
I don't need all the explanation. I don't need to. I love when filmmakers give you enough that they're not like they're treating you smart, that you can figure stuff out. I feel like this one, you don't have a chance at figuring out. And when you start really trying to puzzle out the backstory to this, there's nothing there to give you anything.
You expected way too much of your audience.
And the irritation of the first character that passes it, knowing some sort of rule about it. How do they even know that? Like, how would they even know it if they don't, like, how would the person that told him that know it? Like, that's the part that kind of got to me. I think it kind of lingers there as you're watching it. You're like, but how does this all...
It gets us back to that whole thing of like, I'll accept the premise that you're giving me, but you have to give me a little bit of background. I need to understand the legend, the myth, the folklore of where we are.
Just something.
So give me a quick flashback to the Salem witch trial that explains how this works. I'm like, boom, now I'm on board.
Yeah.
Instead, it's like, yeah, this crazy thing happens.
Now, from what I understand, there is a sequel to this film being made now. So maybe that answers some of the questions, and I'm willing to give it a shot, because it wasn't that I hated this movie.
Yeah, right.
I liked it. I liked a lot of the parts to it. I was confused at how they were ever going to get out of it. And the ending is kind of like, oh, it's the ending.
Right.
But it's well shot. It does have a creepy vibe. There's some great, like, spooky parts to it. I know there's jump scares in movies. They never really get me. So it's hard for me to tell if that was a genuine jump scare or not. But there were a few in there that were set up for that. And there were some characters. The thing that was interesting was that the curse, whatever this thing is that's being passed on, could take shape of anything. And it could be a person you know or not.
So how are you supposed to know what it is?
Yeah, but that didn't lend itself to being extra creepy at times. And it is another one of those movies that at least I found myself always watching the background.
Yes,
always watching it. Where's the person's got to be close? Where are they at? So I appreciate it for that too. There's a lot to like in this film. I just think.
But then there's the thing of like, if the entity is always trying to get you, wouldn't it just catch up with you when you go to bed at night? because you're not moving. So say you run away from it, you get away, you get 10 miles away. Well, over the course of an 8-hour, 10-hour sleep, it's gonna it should make some distance, I would think, and then then show up apparently as your mom.
Yeah.
Which I just didn't need to see any of that.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, so then it's like, well, if it's your mom or your dad, like, well, then how do I, I don't know. It needed some splaining.
Yeah. Little explaining.
Explain it. That's the way. Anyway, you know what? The guys, they did more than you and I ever did with our film scripts. So,
which lends itself nicely to next week's episode.
Oh boy, there's one coming up, kiddos.
So this film, what year did we say it was from?
2014. It is not the Citizen Kane of movies that have "it" in the title.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that it is not.
So a 2014 film. So it's been out for a while. I'm sure a lot of people have already seen it. And if they accidentally stumble across this episode of Flick Flops from FlickFloptober, jump down in the comments and let us know what you thought about it, because I'm curious. Did you have a problem with it like we did? Because I just think that again, enough there that I would say that I liked it, but
right,
lingering questions.
Yeah, a little bit of this.
Yeah,
maybe that's what the sequel will do. It'll go back in time and explain it.
I hope so.
It begins.
There you go.
It'd be funny if it starts out with a clown in a sewer. I'm like, oh my god, I've seen this before.
This is very reminiscent of something else.
God, where's John Boy going to come into this?
Dang old float down here.
Talk about dang old Tim Curry, man. Boo. Scare you, man.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Please like, comment, subscribe, and let us know if you saw it. Follow and say what you thought about it. Andy, say bye.
Chills, who could want more? It's FlickFloptober, the doom and the dread. Laugh till you scream or hide under the bed. From cheesy slashers to eerie gold. 1 month of horror, new and old.
This has been a Touch of Madness production, brought to you by the creative minds at Tommy Twins Media.